We've been asking for private investment in this area. The Fresno Mission has come forward with this campus, going to provide a number of different services, probably a couple dozen organizations and services tucked away within the campus.
Because the way to offer dignity to somebody who's homeless is not to create the nicest place for a homeless person, it's to create the nicest place for anybody. And the way to help somebody who is facing a crisis is not to provide them one organization, it's to provide them 20 organizations.
We're going to do everything we can to expedite all the things that are going to occur on this campus. Why? Because we have a tremendous need in Fresno. We have people who are hurting, people who are on our streets, people who are hungry. We have youth that, quite frankly, have no hope because they don't believe people believe in them. And when they come here to Civic Center, they're going to know people believe in them. And I think what I like most about this is the faith, the foundation of Jesus Christ in everything that the Fresno Mission does, because we know it's not just about changing lives. It's about changing hearts for people that are hurting, changing the hearts of our youth and giving them hope. And that's what Civic Center is going to do.
City Center will include a number of different services. We have Aspen Charter School, who's going to provide a charter school that has a specific specialty in homeless and foster youth, who we've worked with for almost a decade at this point. The Resiliency Center, led by the police chaplaincy, has opened up a 6,500 square foot space that's specifically to provide mental health services to people who are wrestling with trauma. We will have a healthcare clinic led by Family Healthcare Network, one of the largest healthcare providers in the nation, to be able to give free healthcare. We will have a coffee shop. We will have a restaurant inside. We have the second and third floors are going to be filled with various office spaces in a Bitwise-like format that will house more than 20 different nonprofits, all who specialize in meeting people in their time of crisis. We're going to plant a church on campus so that we have an entity that can drive volunteers and people who love the community into the area that surrounds us. Right now, if you go just a short distance over to Blackstone, this Blackstone Shields corridor is arguably ground zero for family homelessness and human trafficking. And we want to do our part to change that.
Whether it's job training, counseling, education, these critical investments are investments in people and thereby investments in our city to help create healthy lifestyles within our district and create a space has a positive impact on the neighborhood altogether.
I don't have to explain to any of you, last week there were issues that came up where foster kids, many of which could be defined as homeless, there were issues with the county of Fresno, and those kids were not receiving the care that they needed. But here at the Mission, there are many stories where kids like that come through this program and their lives are changed.
The city of Fresno, and because of its leadership, we no longer ask the question when we come across kids, what is wrong with you? Why would you do that? Why would you violate the norms of our society? Because we know that question is answered through incarceration. The question your law enforcement and your city officials want us to ask when children go awry is, what happened to you? Tell me your story. Because we can change the trajectory for that child once we hear the story.
What our passion with education is, we know, because we've done this long enough to witness and see where these kids that are with us, where they're headed. And if these students, we have watched their lives go onto a path to a career, a path to college, to where if we had not been here for them, it may not have been that way.